Shalom. All praises, glory, and honor is due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the men, apostles, elders, and teachers of GMS and the like-minded men who are pushing out this doctrine, GMS. I'm not part of GMS, but double honors is due. Anyways, also a hearty shalom to the hopeful elect of the elect of Israel who may be listening to just a few pieces of information that I've gathered together over the past few days that caught my interest. As you can see here, got an article. It's in RT News from a few days, also 17th of April. We may find signs of life on other planets in next 5 to 10 years, thanks to powerful new telescope, claims researcher. Let's go through a few paragraphs here. NASA's James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, the successor to Hubble, could detect signs of life on other planets within the next 5 to 10 years. According to Caprice Phillips, a PhD student at the Ohio State University, due to launch in October 2021 after years of delays, the new cutting-edge telescope could allow humanity to detect life signs on distant planets in as little as 60 hours, according to early calculations. Let's read this quote here. What really surprised me about the results is that we may realistically find signs of life on other planets in the next 5 to 10 years. I'm going to let Esau, Edom, who's the so-called white man, and all the other nations, heathen nations, into a little secret of the scriptures. Life's already out there, people. I'm going to go to a few scriptures. There we are. Go to John. Yeah, to John 14 and 2. In red, so it's Yahushai's words. I'll start from 2. I'll go straight to the point in 2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Clearly, the Father is Yahweh, and Yahweh, by Shem Yahshai's house, is the universe and everything we see within, and everything beyond it. Infinite, timeless. So there's many worlds, many mansions, as it says here in the Father, in Yahweh by Shem Yahshai's house. I'll go to another scripture. I'll go to Deuteronomy 10. Okay, trying to get straight to the point again. And this quick message to Esau and the nations and all those so-called scientists who are out there claiming to say they're going to see lands and other planets in the next 5 to 10 years. Here we are. Behold, the heaven and the heaven of heavens is the Lord, Yahweh by Shem Yahshai, thy power. The earth also with all that therein is, proving the point that within the Father's house is many mansions and everything is Yahweh's by Shem Yahshai. So that's it really. I mean, not that's it, but just a quick point to Esau and those other scientists who are fruitlessly going to other planets, as I say, or going to look for other planets by use of telescopes and stuff. And another quick article that took my interest was why the Ingenuity helicopter's flight on Mars is such a big deal. I don't know if you've seen it over the past few days. They said, we can't never trust Esau. Psalms 58 and 3. Yeah. They said that they landed a plane, they flew a miniature helicopter on Mars. I'll go to a few paragraphs here. Did I skip this? There we are. I'll get to the point. More importantly, it hovered for about 30 seconds. 3 meters above the surface and came right back down again. I mean, they've made a big thing of this. You've seen it all over the news in where we are in England. I've seen it, on different articles. They've made a big deal of this, you know. So, but it just reminds me of another scripture, you know. Here we go. Let me just get to this scripture. 1 Corinthians 3. I'm going to go straight to the point again. Lord's will, this is edifying. I know it's a little bit all over the place, but you know, I'm just trying to get the scriptures in here, and the fact these articles that have come out or these few events that have come out over the past few days. So there we go. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High, for it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. So you know these. Most High has given. We know Esau is wiser than Daniel, as it says in the scriptures. And you know, at the end of the day, everything that was given to him by Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. So, but obviously, you know, as the scriptures say, he's a proud man that won't acknowledge that. So, yeah, Esau's proud, simple as that. So he'll never acknowledge that. You know, I'm trying not to go into other scriptures here. I'm trying to stick to the point. But the point is, I'm really trying to push in this lesson is this, that Esau and the other nations, pursuant to Psalms 83, have made a tumult, you know, crafty counsel against us, and consulted, you know, Psalms 83, read that, you know, it names all the enemies of Israel. But I'm going to go to Jeremiah 31. I'm going to get straight to the point. Because this is why they are going to space. Or they say they're going to space. And this is one of the reasons why they are trying to search out all space. And trying to search out the depths of the sea. Trying to do all these things like, say, they've got Elon Musk saying he's going to build ships to go to Mars, X, Y, Z. You know, this is why they're doing it in essence. We go straight to the scriptures, and it's self-explanatory. You don't need really much breaking down, because they are really self-explanatory. So, here we are. Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and the stars for a light by night. You know, we go back to Genesis for that. Which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai of hosts is his name. This is the point. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. That is in itself is, so I read it again. If those ordinances depart from me, so if the sunlight doesn't shine in the day, and the moon doesn't shine at night, and the stars at night don't appear, which divideth the sea, when the waves thereof roar, and the sea doesn't divide, the waves don't roar, then if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. So that's the reason why Esau and the nations are attempting to search out the space, the heavens and the space, and also the seas on this world here. But Yahweh has again got them in a trick bag, because they're never going to achieve that. So all this talk of them going to Mars and going to this expedition here and doing this, you know, Esau's a cunning hunter, never doesn't keep it at home, according to Habakkuk, and a cunning hunter according to Genesis 25. Yeah, that is not going to achieve it. So it's quite funny to see what Esau, so-called white man, and other nations, heathen nations, are doing, because Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai has set them an impossible task. It's not going to happen. They're never going to search out the heavens, and they're never going to search out. They can't even search out the bottom of the sea. You know, they can only go to a certain level. So, and I'll just finish this off, and I'll read 36, Jeremiah 31 and 36 again. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. 37. Jeremiah 31 and 37. Thus saith the Lord, if heaven above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. See, and that's the task that Yahweh Ba'ashim, an impossible task that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai has set the nations in Esau that they're never going to achieve. So no matter how hard they try, no matter how many expeditions, no matter how much they say they're going to go up to beyond the moon, they can't even get past the Van Halen belt. But we'll see. What really happens. But these articles, I'll just go back to the articles. Took my interest, and then I thought about the scripture. In Jeremiah 31 and 30, 31, 35 down to 37. So the articles here in the conversation 7 hours ago, so that was today. But I think the event happened previous day. I think it was Monday. And this article here, if you want to read the article, because I'm not really bothered about the articles, just using it as an example for the scriptures. And this article is in RT Live 17th of April 2021. I'm just going to quickly end it off with one scripture. So like here for this. Trying to always navigate this app. Job 14. I'm going to get straight to the point again. Job 14 and 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So Esau's got a time, a date, like we all have, like we have a time and a date that we cannot pass. And Esau and the nations, they've got a time, a date, a minute, a second, that they're not going to pass their bounds and not going to achieve the goals. You will see scriptures, this points of the counsel, so Job 5, quickly go to that. Instead of butchering it. Job 5, Job 5 and 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. That's it really. It's just a quick few scriptures that I wanted to push out there to say all the endeavors of Esau, and the northern nations, saying they're going to space, going to Mars, X, Y, Z. They ain't going to achieve it. It's as simple as that. It's not going to happen. And Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai's got them in a trick bag. So just to end this lesson, I say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. Call hello Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Shalom.